obviously, things didn't go your way early this year on the comeback, and I know you wanted to get a big win there, and it was a disappointment for you. What did you take out of that fight?
I learned a lot about myself. I learned that there's still good in the world with people. I heard a lot of great response from that fight. Specifically, people reaching out to me saying how grateful they were and thankful they were to me for getting in there. And how much it inspired them to keep pushing through all the things that they're going through, especially with the world being the way it is right now with this pandemic. And that really touched me. It really picked me back up. I got in the gym literally like 2 weeks later, and I was right back on the horse, man. And, just the words from Alistair, I kept in contact with him afterwards. And, everybody knew going into that fight how much I admired him and how much respect I had for him. So his words, and to be honest, I wasn't even close to me that night, you know what I mean? So I almost put one of the greatest fighters away of all time. So I learned that, I belong at this level for sure. I'm definitely one of the best fighters in the world. And I think Saturday night y'all are going to get to see the real me. You
kind of touched on there, and I was going to ask you. I know you would never make excuses, but there's no way you could have been 100% that night, right?
Oh, man, and I hate, and if anybody knows me, you follow my career, I'm never one to make an excuse, especially after a loss. If I lose, I lose. But in that situation, man, I had so many things against me, not only just personally, but the pandemic, man. My gym moved. I wasn't training as much. The fight got canceled 3 times. And so, and it's my fault that I didn't keep, going, but there was just so many breaks and so many pauses. There was no real consistency in that camp. I wasn't in the best shape. So, it is what it is. You live and you learn, and I feel like I got better and grew from that.
Nice. So in the Booker return flight, it's out here at Fight Island. Was that exciting to you, or was it like something you didn't want to do and you agreed to it? What was it?
Nah, like I said, everybody knows my career. I'll fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. So when I got the call to come to Fight Island, I was definitely excited because after a couple fights, if you remember, I asked Dana specifically on the mic, hey, man, let me go to Fight Island. It was definitely before pandemic, so, I was a little bit more excited about being able to come over here and see the culture and kind of tour and do that whole thing. But when I got the call and I heard it was Fight Island, I was like, hell yeah, let's go.
Nice. How about the matchup as well? It was still a big name, right?
Perfect. Still a big name. And that was another blessing in the loss to Alistair. I was, kind of concerned about my standing. I was like, man, I don't know what's going to happen now. I've worked so hard to get here. And literally this fight puts me right back where I was. When I beat him, I'm still in the mix, and I'm still pushing toward that title. So I'm just grateful. I'm thankful to Dana for making this opportunity available for us. And I trained my tail off for 13 weeks to show him how thankful I am. And that last time was definitely a fluke, and that wasn't me.
That's awesome. The last thing for me, I guess I was gonna say what the goal is here. Obviously it's to get a win, but you do feel like, hey, right back where you were. You kind of just pick up where you left off.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I think that beating a guy like Volkov is gonna keep me. It's going to make the fight with Alistair look better, and it's going to keep me in a great standing with the rest of the division. He's a veteran. He's a former champion in another organization, and he's a guy that knows how to fight. So, I got to be at my best on Saturday night, and so does he, and I'm ready to bring it to him.
What did you make of Volkov's last performance against Curtis?
I think he just got nullified. I think he got, put in positions that he wasn't prepared to be in, and I think Curtis had the perfect game plan to beat him, but, my striking, I feel like, is way better than his. I feel like I'm the best striker in the division, in my personal opinion. So, but I also prepared myself for every eventuality in this fight, whether it's on the ground, whether it's wrestling. If I need to wrestle, I can wrestle. If I need to do jiu-jitsu, I can do jiu-jitsu. And I think that's also the gift of not having a lot of fights where you've gotten to see me do it, you know what I mean? So there's no tape on it. You can't really prepare for it. So if I shoot a double or I grab a single, most guys are probably not going to be expecting that, you know what I mean? And that's the beauty of my game. I have those abilities. I'm athletic enough to get in those positions and handle myself, and I've trained extensively with my coach Chris Connolly on these things. He was joking all camp about we've turned Walt into a grappler because that's kind of where I've been the whole 13 weeks. So
I'm not comparing you and Curtis as fighters, but do you think Curtis then at least laid the blueprint out for how to?
He did. I think he hinted at exactly how to go in there and deal with Volkov, his height, his length, and and like I said, I think I can present him some of the same challenges with the takedowns. That Curtis did. I'm not saying I'm the same wrestler, but I feel like my blast double is pretty gnarly. And I've been told it's pretty one of the most, the scariest things to see in the gym. So I got that in my arsenal. So I'm just excited to get in there and show the world that that I'm still here. I'm still focused. I'm still hungry, and we're chasing that title still.
Walt, what's it like to take that 15-hour flight? You show up to Abu Dhabi, and right there on the wall, there's a big sign that says the big ticket.
Dude, that was dope, man. It was like an omen, bro. And I think you pointed it out, and I was like, "Yo, that's crazy." I see signs and stuff like that. I'm not like this whole like whatever person, but I saw that and I thought that was pretty dope. A way to welcome myself to Abu Dhabi, and I feel like Saturday night I'm gonna show the world and Abu Dhabi the big ticket for sure.
There's a lot of stuff going on at heavyweight. People wondering what's up with the title. I did want to ask your thoughts. Who do you think wins in the upcoming fight, Derek Lewis versus Curtis Blades?
I got Curtis in that one. I just think his skill set, his ability to continuously chain wrestle is a problem for anybody at heavyweight. It's reminiscent of an early Kane, you know what I mean? And it just overwhelms guys and they break. And I think that he's going to find a way to get the fight to the mat. Will he be able to keep Derek down? That's to be determined, because Derek is, when he wants to get up, he gets up, you know what I mean? And that's usually the case with a lot of heavyweights. But I think that Curtis will drag him into deep waters and he'll win the fight.